And it's Friday night here at Indian Hill High School, and it is senior night. And as the Indian Hill High School Braves take on the Deer Park Wildcats, I'm here I'm Mitch Hardy alongside Mr. Prue. And Mr. Prue, we're looking for a nice, great game tonight.
Yeah, watching the two teams warm up, it looks like it'll be a pretty tightly contested battle. I think the Braves come in the favorite, but you never know. Deer Park comes in with nothing to lose, and sometimes that's a dangerous team to play. So we'll see how things play out.
That's very true, Mr. Prue. As we've seen all season, the Braves have been strong and consistent. And even though they've had a few losses, I would say that this has been a strong season, especially for those seniors. And as I mentioned, it is senior night, and we will be missing many of our seniors, including star point guard John Griggs.
Yeah, it's been a great year for John. You know, he's had to overcome a lot with his knee injury, but he's been the heart and soul of this team, and I'm sure we'll see some of that evidence today on the court.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And along with those seniors are such as Clayton Hosmer, like I said earlier, John Griggs. You've got Jordan Kahn, who just actually was out with an injury, and even you know, without these seniors next year, what else? The thing will be, I think, will be all right. So we're just doing the starting lineups right now, and let's take a look in as we announce. And the Deer Park team's announcing, so we're going to get started here in a few minutes. Now, Mr. Prue, who do you feel like is going to stand out big time for the Braves tonight? Who do you think will need to step up tonight?
Well, it looks like Deer Park's got some size out there, so I think our inside players have to control the inside, make some space, box their men out, you know, control the rebounding game, and maybe our quickness can take advantage of some of the size that Deer Park has. It'll be interesting to see how the game starts out. I would expect Coach Burst to play a lot of seniors early, get them some playing time in this ball game. I think Keys, certainly the strong start is important for Indian Hill. The younger players have to step up. You know, the seniors have carried the load over the last few years. It's time for the younger guys to move forward and see what they can do. We need to stay out of foul trouble as well. I think Deer Park's going to have to utilize their quickness, try to create opportunities for their star players, and get physical. It'll be interesting to see what happens inside. As I said, Deer Park seems to have some size, perhaps a slight size advantage. We'll see how the game plays out, but some things to look for.
Yeah, it looks like a really good game. Like you said, playing from their youth. They have got some really good juniors stepping up for this varsity team this year. Even Lucas Gold is just being announced right now. He's really stepped it up for the Braves this year. A really strong center player. So, and now we're seeing John Griggs be announced in his last home game of his basketball career, and he has been a great key to this basketball game.
Well, you know, a team goes as far as its seniors will take them, and these seniors have been a very strong group for our guys, and hopefully we'll see more of that tonight as they close out their home careers.
Yeah. Hey guys, what happened? All right. Hey guys, what happened? And here's about to start. Lucas Gold gets a tip off, and it's Braves ball. John Griggs has it. Passes up to court. Nick Pye. John Griggs up at the top of the key. Passes over to Nick. John Griggs at the top. Coach Burst gives him the play.
Deer Park's in his zone defense, trying to keep that ball out on the perimeter.
Yeah, definitely. Braves are strong. Give it to Lucas Gold. Tipped by number 10.
Indian Hill doing a nice job moving the ball.
Nick Pye has it over to Zach Schneider, one of the outstanding juniors of this year's season. Nick Pye has it, takes it up, takes a shot, and struggling for the rebound, and the rebound is by number 12, Jimmy Hayes. And you can hear those Braves fans yelling out as number 10, Marcus Johnson, dribbles up, and he swishes it for a layup. 2-0, Deer Park.
Johnson with a nice move to the basket that time against Indian Hill's man-to-man defense.
John Griggs has it. He passes over to Snack Schneider. Schneider looks. Gives it to Griggs. Pye's got it. Clinton Hosmer has it. Taken up by number 21, Dominique Ballard for Deer Park, and it's Indian Hill ball after
nice
a
play
turnover.
by Clayton Hosmer there on defense.
Yeah, he's a very strong defensive player. He's always been that, in my opinion. He's been a very good and strong leader, even on the defensive side.
Clay brings a lot of energy to the floor on both ends.
Oh,
and,
definitely.
It's good to see him get the ball inside against this zone. I think as long as
they
we
give it
can
up to
get it
Lucas
inside, we'll be successful.
And then rebound by Deer Park, number 10, Marcus Johnson. Near half court, number 12, Hayes has it. Passes over, number 21, Ballard has it. Great defense by number 35, Lucas Gold. Taken up by Zach Schneider for the Braves, and they got Nick Pye open down court.
I think Indian Hill's going to try to push the ball every chance they get. Try to beat this zone down the floor. Nice pass inside by Hosmer. Again, Indian Hill doing a nice job trying to get the ball inside of that zone.
And number 35, Lucas Gold, draws the foul. And the foul is on number 24, Seth Clement, and that's his first foul this evening.
Lucas is a 69% free throw shooter for the season.
Yeah,
the Braves as a team makes 62%.
You know, I'd say that's pretty good for a high school team, especially even for Lucas. You said 69%. I'd say that's pretty high for a center, even this for his size.
For a big guy, that's not bad.
As Lucas misses the second one, Deer Park, number 12, Hayes takes it up.
Jimmy Hayes is their best player. He's averaging 17 points a game, and he makes their offense go.
And I think that's definitely one of the keys for the Braves, is trying to stop him from scoring lots. And number five, Clayton Hosmer gets the rebound. John Griggs takes it up. Hands it over to Zach Snyder.
Griggs, on the other hand, for the Braves, leading scorer for Indian Hill, 12 points a game.
Wow,
This is that shot. Indian Hill a little rusty. Both teams just a little shaky with the ball.
Yeah, not really how they wanted to start this game, but then I think things will get compressed and they'll start playing some good basketball. And it stays with Indian Hill as it's out on number 24, Seth Clement. Griggs inbounds it to Hosmer, and it's Wildcats ball after attempted rebound by number 5, Clayton Hosmer.
All right, well, 3 minutes in, we're sitting at 2-0.
I
would think the lower the score, the greater the advantage to Deer Park. I would think Indian Hill would like to get this thing going a little bit and pick up the pace.
Definitely. There's a foul on number 10, Marcus Johnson, and that's the team's first, and it's Indian Hill ball, and here's Griggs taking it up for the Braves. Gives it to Pye. Pye gives it over to Snyder. Griggs inside, over to Gold, and Rose gets his own rebound. There's a foul. And then on to the line is number 35, Lucas Gold.
Oh, that's 2 fouls.
To the line is number
2
10,
fouls on
Marcus
Johnson.
Gold.
Yeah, Marcus had their first score. They only scored this game so far.
Yeah, definitely already 2 fouls from. And there's a free throw made by Lucas Gold for the Braves' first points of the game.
Johnson checks out. He's their second leading scorer, 10 points a game. Marcus Johnson now has a seat. That's a loss for Deer Park. You know, Mich looking at their bench, they have just 4 players on the bench, just 9 on their active roster.
Rebound is by number 24, Seth Clement.
Looks like the Braves have about 39-40.
And here's Hayes taking it up. He drives in, takes it. Rebound by number 4, Vuozo. And there's a rebound by number 35, Lucas Gold, and Griggs takes it up. Gives it over to Pye. Snyder looks. He gets it over to Griggs. Griggs fires. There's Pye for three. And there's a three-point basket by number 4, Nick Pye.
That might open up that zone just a bit. Nick averaging 5 points a game.
There's a three-point basket by number 4. Buozo. And Nick Pye takes it up for the Braves. Gives it over to Snyder. Snyder's going to take the three. And that's sunk by number 11, Zach Snyder. Those are his 4 points.
That's what getting the ball inside will do, is open up the perimeter, and the Braves did a nice job. As Deer Park
and there's a timeout.
The Braves did a nice job getting the ball inside for a few possessions and packed that defense in, opened up the perimeter, and they've taken advantage. I think Lucas Gould's played well, too. He's come down with a number of rebounds on both ends.
Yep, very good, very good.
Got to the foul line, which is always something you want to see out of your big man.
Very good first minutes of the game. Very low scoring for both teams. Not how they want to start this game. And there's a timeout by Deer Park as they want to talk it over before they get on offense.
You know, the Braves as a team this season shooting 26-27% from beyond the arc. I'm sure Coach Birch would like to see better numbers, but in a game like this, they'll certainly have their opportunities. And we've already seen 2 go down, and I'm sure we'll see a few more before this night's over.
Oh, yes, definitely. I believe that, as I've seen these past few games, Braves have been strong in three-point shooting, but very, very lately they have not been as strong as they wanted to be. And I think in this game, this is especially when they want to take over and shoot some of those three-pointers.
Well, Carl Koster's checked in for the Braves, number 34. He's taken Lucas Gould's place.
Definitely. And with the ball for the Wildcats is number 21, Ballard, and Ballard takes the three. And there's that's a jump ball. And it's going to look like it's going to stay with the Wildcats.
You know, Clayton got his hands on another ball. He's real good at that. And again, he can just get in there and disrupt some things. May not get a lot of points, a lot of rebounds, but he seems like he's in the mix.
Yeah, it's like you talked about Mr. Peru being physical, getting in there and trying to disrupt the defense. They give it over to number 21, Ballard. Rebound by number 34, Kyle Koster, and another big junior that steps up for this varsity team. John Griggs over to Hosmer. Hosmer takes it. Rebound by number 30. There's Griggs with the 2. Sorry about that, folks. All right, they got number 12, Hayes, dribbling up. He takes the 3. And it looks like it's going to Indian Hill.
Yeah, I think Indian Hill will be happy if Deer Park just dribbles up and fires up the first 3 they get a look at. They're going to have to do a better job moving the basketball. John Griggs with a big 3. As Indian Hill opens up their lead to 8 points. They're on a 10-0 run now.
Looks like they're trying to open up the lead, and a big, big lead. Oh, there's a steal by number 5, Clayton Hosmer, but it's out of bounds. He's going to stay with the Wildcats.
Again, Clayton gets his hands on another ball.
Now in for the Wildcats is number 22, Josh Newman. And I see here's a freshman.
Again,
very surprising.
Marcus Johnson's been on the bench for most of the first quarter for Deer Park with 2 fouls. He's their second leading scorer, and they've missed him.
There's Hayes at the top of the key, lays it up, and there's a rebound by Clayton, number 5, Clayton Hosmer. Griggs takes it up. And it's going to stay with the Braves. Now into the game for the Braves is number 31, Shea Banner.
Nick Pye has a seat.
John Griggs takes it up behind the perimeter. Snyder looks for the open man. Griggs passes it over to Snyder. Banner has it. Snyder passes it over to Hosmer. Hosmer gives it back to Snyder, and here's the call from Coach Birch.
Indian Hill content to run some clock against this zone. We're up 8 with approaching 1 minute left in the quarter.
There's a shot by Banner and a rebound by Koster. Koster lays it back. There's a shot by Clayton Hosmer, and it's going to go with Deer Park.
Indian Hill getting to all the loose balls right now.
Yeah, definitely. That's one of the strong components of playing even this game of basketball. You got to make sure you get those extra plays, get the ball back. And here's number 12, Hayes, bringing it up, gets it over. Pass it up. And there are the first points of the game for Jimmy Hayes.
Again, Hayes, their leading scorer this season. He's just 2 points in this first quarter.
Yeah, I think that's really good. That's very strong for the Braves, only allowing him for just 2 points for this whole quarter. I think that's a positive they can get out of that.
Again, the Braves holding the ball. Perfectly content to go for the last shot of the first quarter.
Yep, getting that final shot gives definitely momentum to the team that makes it to the next quarter. Give it down to Boehner.
Oh.
Boehner takes it. They give it back to Coster, and that's the end of the quarter for the Braves. And that's the end of the first quarter. And for the Braves, it's 10, and for the Deer Park Wildcats, it's 4. And we'll be right back. I can. And we're back with the second quarter of the Braves. It's Indian Hill 10, Deer Park 4. As we start the game for the lineup for the Braves, they got Boehner, Griggs, Schneider, Hosmer, and Lucas Gold. Boehner gives it to Griggs. Griggs takes it up for the Braves. They give it to Hosmer. Hosmer looks for the open man. Griggs runs the offense. It's general of this team. They give it over to Griggs again. Boehner dives for it. Tries to make a diving spot, but is unsuccessful, and it goes over to Deer Park. And taking it up for the Wildcats is number 12, Jimmy Hayes. Jimmy Hayes been a not very a big contributor tonight to this game. Only 2 points in the first quarter, so Braves want to continue and not to score. They give it to number 22 there, their freshman, Newman. Struggle for the rebound, and it gets by. That's number 1.
Well, the officials are definitely letting them play. See, and we've seen a lot of contact under the glass. They're not calling it on either end.
Yeah, so
it's turned into a pretty physical battle.
Yeah, not very many fouls in the first quarter, and they are allowed to play. And there's an attempted steal by Boehner, but Wildcats will retain the possession. And there's a layup by number 12, Jimmy Hayes. That's the second basket of the game.
Yeah, you don't want to let him get going. We'll try to slow him down if we can.
Pass it over to Hosmer. Hosmer looks. They give it over to Griggs. Griggs calls his play. Gives it over to Schneider.
Get Indian Hill.
Boehner fires over to Griggs for 3.
Very patient.
And that's a misfire.
Oh, nice play.
Nice smart play by Boehner, and it's staying with Indian Hill. And in for the Braves now is number 4, Nick Pye. And sitting down right now is Shea Bennett.
Nick hit a big 3 in the first quarter to kind of get this thing going.
Yeah, they've got to really pick it up here if they want to maintain that lead that they had. They give it over to Griggs. Griggs is going to take it in. And frustrated with the call. It's going to be Wildcats ball. Hayes takes it up for the Wildcats. And the Wildcats are looking to get something going here. Well, the Braves look to slow Hayes down and not try to get him going.
Nice play.
And that's going to stay with the Wildcats. As that's out on number 11, Zach Schneider.
Yeah, Zach Schneider's done a nice job on Hayes. He's putting a lot of pressure on the ball, and Hayes is more concerned, I think, with Zach than he is his own team and finding his own teammates and making some offense happen. That's
yes,
what
very
a defender's
much.
supposed to do. Occupy the mind of your opponent.
They give it over to Ballard. Ballard looks for the open man. He drives in. And that's a foul on number 5, Clayton Hosmer, and that's his first foul of the game.
Just the first foul on Indian Hill.
There's a shot by number 12. Hayes takes it, and Schneider takes it up. They're going to give it down to Pye. Hosmer takes it. He's going to take the shot. Rebound is by number 1, Helton.
Again, Indian Hill trying to run every chance they get the ball up ahead of that zone defense of Deer Park.
Hayes trying to get something going. He's looking for the shot. Here's their freshman, number 22, Newman. They give it to number 1. That's a 3-point basket by number 21, Dominic Ballard. And that's a timeout by Indian Hill. Coach Birch wants to talk things over before anything else keeps going.
Deer Park's on their own little 8-0 run. Indian Hill knocked off 10 in a row, and Deer Park now came back with 7 in a row. They were up 2-0, Deer Park. Indian Hill.
Yeah, right now we
lost 10 in a row, and
right now our score is Indian Hill 10, Deer Park 9, and Deer Park has had luck as they had made many baskets in a row to get caught up to where they are now. And after Coach Birch talks things over, we're ready to start again. On the court for the Braves is Schneider, Griggs, Pye, Hosmer, and Lucas Gold. And taking John Griggs, passes it over to Pye. Schneider looks, he's going to drive in, pass it over to Gould. Gould takes it, misses, rebound by Hosmer.
You know, sometimes against the zone, they'll pack it in, but they'll put some smaller guys in inside positions. And right now they've got a number 22 for Deer Park. Don't know his name, but he's playing a low position in that zone. And Indian Hill, I think, has found him, and they're trying to expose that.
Yeah. Number 20, as you said, Josh Newman. They're having some struggle against that zone defense. But I think once they can figure out, they can relay, and that's a steal. And here's Clayton Hosmer taking it up, gives over to Griggs. Griggs, and that's a layup by number 2, John Griggs.
Indian Hill is definitely the quicker team on the floor.
Oh, definitely. Number 12, Hayes has it, and he's going to give it over to number 21, Ballard. Ballard takes it. There's a rebound by number 2, John Griggs. Griggs takes up the court. And here's a shot by number 5, Hosmer. Taking it up for Deer Park is Ballard.
I don't think Coach Birch was real happy with that last shot.
I really don't think he was either. Ballard has it. He's looking for the open man. Newman takes it. They gave it over.
Snyder again doing a nice job inside on Hayes.
Yeah, definitely.
Inside and outside. Now he's defending the perimeter.
Snyder on Hayes. Hayes takes it.
Wow.
And there's a rebound, but there's an attempted rebound by Clayton Hosmer.
Hosmer got to another ball. That was a bad shot that time by Deer Park, but a credit to Indian Hill's defense. So just really frustrating Deer Park. They can't seem to find where to get any offense.
And there's a foul on Deer Park, and it's going to be Indian Hill ball.
Yeah, that's a frustration foul there.
Foul was on number 21, Dominic Ballard. And that's his first foul of the game. As Griggs takes it up to run this offense.
Deer Park staying in that zone.
The Braves are going to have to find a way to get through this zone defense, which they're struggling with this evening. They gave it to Pye. Pye gave it over to Hosmer. Schneider looks for the man. Finds Pye. They find Griggs. Griggs is looking down low, but he finds Pye. Schneider's going to take it up. He shakes it. And there's a foul.
That's a foul.
A trip to the line for Zach Schneider. Foul was on number 24, Seth Clement.
That's 2 on
and that
Clement.
is Clement's second foul.
Again, we can't help but notice just 4 Deer Park players sitting on that bench. The last thing they need is to get some players in foul trouble. They now have 2 players with 2.
One of the positives for the Braves is having enough players, so if someone does get in foul trouble, they can come in. They have bench players that can come in and take over for this team.
Yeah.
And there's that second free throw by number 11, Zach Schneider. And here's how he's taking it up for the Wildcats. Hayes takes it up, looks for the play, passes it over to Ballard. Ballard gives it to Helton. Helton's looking for the pass. They get over to Newman. Newman drives it in. Passes it over, but the rebound by John Griggs, and that's another air ball for the Wildcats. Braves look to get something going here. Griggs looks, finds Pye. Trying to fit the pass in there, but can't do it. It's Deer Park ball.
Yeah, it's a careless pass that time. You know, they don't need that. They can be very patient right now. Just work for a good shot, make the easy pass.
Here's Hayes at the top of the key, trying to make a play out of it. He goes over to Ballard. Ballard looking. He finds Helton. Helton's got Ballard. Ballard takes the three. That's off the mark, and rebound by number 35, Lucas Gold for the Braves.
I wonder where Deer Park's going to get any offense with Hayes stymied. There's not a whole lot of production from the other four.
Schneider's got it for the Braves, and he's going to look for the open man, try to make a play. Schneider goes over to Griggs. Pye's got it. And it's now Deer Park ball.
Down inside of 2 minutes left in this second quarter. Low scoring game, 14-9. I'm sure the Braves would like to see higher numbers on that board, at least the Braves.
I think both of these teams didn't expect such a low scoring game. They thought they could get out here, get some points on the board, but it's just been a struggle for both these teams.
Well, Indian Hill's turning it over against this zone, and there's no reason, again, there's no reason to be in a hurry, no reason to be careless with the ball.
Great defense by the Braves as Schneider takes it up. He's looking for the open man. He finds Griggs. Griggs is going to lay it in. And there's a two-point basket by number 2, John Griggs.
That's been our best offense, is transition. Anytime we can get up the floor in a hurry and beat Deer Park down the floor.
Hayes takes it up. Pumps takes the three, but he passes over. There's a foul on number 4, Nick Pye, and that is his first foul of the game. And at the line is number 22, Josh Newman. First one's off the mark. And for the Braves now is number 34, Carl Koster, one of those big juniors that have stepped up for this team. The second one is made by number 22, Newman.
As we approach 1 minute left in the half, we'll see if Indian Hill holds the ball.
See if we can get that final shot like I talked about earlier, get that momentum. They gave it over to Gould. Gould passes over to Koster, but Gould has it. Nice, he has it down low. And the great pass by the Braves. And that's a 2-point basket by Lucas Gould. Hayes takes it up for the Wildcats, gives it over to Ballard. Ballard looks for Helton. He's got him. Got Hayes. Hayes takes the shot. That's off the mark and rebound by number 31, Shea Boehner. He gives it over to Griggs and finds Koster down low. And that's off the mark, but he gets his own rebound. He gives it over to Boehner.
Boy, you want to finish those plays. But the Braves, again, doing a nice job getting the ball up the floor in a hurry.
It's got to find a way to make a play out of that fast break. And here's it over to Gould, and Gould gets the foul and one as he heads to the line.
Lucas has had a nice half.
Lucas Gould, and he's fouled by number 22, Newman, at the line with 1 free throw.
Anytime your big man gets to the foul line, you've got to be pleased.
Yeah, definitely. First foul on Newman for the Wildcats. And the free throw is good by number 35, Lucas Gould.
Down to the final 10 seconds.
I think Wildcats are going to try to hold it for that final shot. Hayes tries to hold it for himself. Takes the shot. Off the mark, and they've got it over to Gould, and that's the end of the half. And as we close out the half, the score is Indian Hill 21, Deer Park 10. And we will be back as the half comes back to
Coverage of tonight's game on the Indian Hill Television Network is a presentation of the Indian Hill High School Video Department. The Video Department provides the community with educational and school-focused programming through the facilities of the ICRC.
And we're back at Indian Hill High School for the senior night tonight, and it's 21 Indian Hill, Deer Park 10, as we're looking for a great second half.
Looking at the scoring, Mitch, Indian Hill pretty balanced scoring in the first half. John Griggs leads all scorers in the game with 7 points.
Yeah, definitely looking for another great half of basketball. Deer Park's got it.
Indian Hill's been man-to-man the entire way. And Zach Snyder's done a great job on Hayes, the leading scorer for Deer Park.
Yes, very much. I think that was a big concern for Snyder this week, playing against such a great guard as Hayes. Deer Park lays it up, and it's a rebound by number 5, Clayton Hosmer.
Hosmer picks up where he left off with another rebound.
Rebound by Hosmer again, puts it up, and there's a foul, and he's going to head to the line.
I'm sure Coach Birch talked about picking up the pace in that locker room during halftime, trying to speed this game up a little bit.
Definitely. I mean, like you talked about earlier, Indian Hill has got the speed, and they got the speed to do anything, any speed they want. And there's the first one made by number 5.
Big shot for Clayton. He's had some good looks. They just haven't fallen. Maybe this will get him going.
Yes, definitely. Second one's off the mark, and there's a rebound by number 10, Marcus Johnson for Deer Park. Here's number 12, Jimmy Hayes taking it up for Deer Park. Hayes takes a shot, and it's on the mark for 3 points by Jimmy Hayes.
That time Hayes faded off a little screen on the perimeter. I think Deer Park's going to do what they can to get him the ball, get him some looks.
Turnover by the Braves, and they give it back to Deer Park. Deer Park looks to get something going again. They get the signals from Hayes. Hayes fires it over to number 24, Clement. He finds number 4, Ruozo. And there's Hayes again. And there's a 3-point basket by Hayes.
Yeah, you don't want to let him get going. You've got to do something to slow him down because he is an offensive threat, 17 points a game on a team that has yet to score 16 points in over half of basketball.
They gave over to Schneider. Schneider's got it. He finds Griggs down low.
Nice
Griggs
pass.
lays it in. Easy 2-point basket for the Braves.
You know, Zach's done a nice job kind of filling that point guard role while John Griggs been mending from and struggling with his knee injury. And it was nice to see Zach get John on that latest pass.
Johnson takes a shot for the Wildcats. And there's a foul on number 35, Lucas Gold. And number 24, Seth Clement, will head to the line for the Wildcats.
Yeah, a couple of ways to leave a team in a game, to leave them hanging. One of them is giving up offensive rebounds, which we did. Another one is fouling them. So I'm sure Coach Birch is not happy about that last possession.
First basket is made by number 24, Seth Clement for the Wildcats. And that went for the Wildcats is number 22, Josh Newman, and that's about it, looks like to me.
The other thing that fouling does, Mitch, is it does slow the game down, and we've been talking at length tonight about picking up the pace, and the faster the game is, the more advantage it is to Indian Hill. We see 4 players on the Deer Park bench, and the slower the game is, the less effect that lack of depth is going to have on the outcome.
Speed is a key for the Braves tonight, and they look to just run all over him, and there's a pass. Looking for Lucas Gold, but cannot find him, and it's out of bounds, and it'll be back to Deer Park. They gave it to Deer Park for leading it out as number 12, Hayes. Hayes looks to get something going here for the Wildcats. Passes it down low
to roll that time.
And there's a rebound by number 5, Clayton Hosmer, and here's Schneider looking to get it going here for the Braves. Takes it up, takes the floater up, and there's a rebound by number 10, Marcus Johnson.
Deer Park picking up the pace a little bit. I think they've got a little confidence now. They cut that lead to 6. And again, you don't want to leave a team hanging around for too long. They're going to start believing they can win a game. They certainly came in the underdog tonight, but if they hang around long enough, stranger things have happened.
Yeah, definitely. Anything can happen in this game.
The way Hayes has knocked down some threes, you know, he's 2 3-pointers away from tying this thing up.
Yeah, definitely. Hayes looks to make a play. Gives it over to number 21, Ballard. Hayes has got it back. Guarded by Schneider. Ballard's at the top of the key. Fowler looks for a play, gets the pick by number 22, Josh Newman. There's another foul in Indian Hill.
Foul on number 11, Zach Schneider.
That's another foul on number 11, Zach Schneider for the Braves. Deer Park's reset, take the ball back. Hayes gives it to number 34, but it's stolen by Zach Schneider, and he's looking to lay it up. There's another rebound by Clayton Hosmer. Hosmer dribbles it out. Looks for the open man, gives it to Griggs. Griggs is going to lay it up. And there's another rebound by Clayton Hosmer. Rebound again by Clayton Hosmer. That's 3 in a row for him. They give it to Schneider. Griggs looks. He looks. Pye fires for 3. Off the mark.
There's a push on Deer Park. Boy, I mean, Clayton's providing some energy out there. I'm sure the Braves would like to see all 5 guys out there going for the ball like that, but Clayton's certainly done his part.
Yeah, Clayton has really been a big help for this rebounding.
In a game like this, you got to have a guy that can light a spark, and Clayton's not scoring, but he's doing everything else on the floor right now.
Yes, definitely. Ballard's guard for Deer Park, dribbles it in. Ballard's guarded again, looking for somebody open.
Deer Park showing a lot more patience this half with their offense.
Hayes takes a shot, but is off the mark, and a rebound by number 34, Carl Koster. Schneider takes it up, finds Griggs down the court. Griggs is going to take it in, but is off the mark, and there's a jump ball. Carl Koster tried to get the shot off, but couldn't.
Boy, they're letting him play.
Indian Hill.
They're letting him play down low.
Griggs looks and he finds Schneider right. And there's a foul.
Foul on Deer Park. Foul is on number 20.
Is on number 21. Oh, excuse me, number 22, Josh Newman. At the line is junior guard number 11, Zach Schneider. First one's off the mark.
You know, Marcus Johnson picked up his second foul early in the ball game. It was a non-factor in the first half. He's our second leading scorer. He's been back out on the floor since halftime and played well. We'll see if he can't get something going for Deer Park.
Coming in now, like you said, is number 1, Helton. And the second one's on the mark for number 11, Zach Schneider.
Indian Hill showing a little full court pressure now off the made free throw.
Definitely. Helton takes it up, and it's going to stay with Deer Park.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing I think that would give a team like Deer Park some trouble. I wouldn't be surprised to see some more full court pressure when the opportunity presents itself.
Hayes has got it up, looking to get something going here for Deer Park. He passes over number 10, Johnson. Johnson's signaling, trying to get someone to come up, take the pick. They give it over to 34. 34 makes the shot. And that is number 34, Austin Osborne on the play.
That's a good example of the screener actually being left open. Sometimes you coach young players. If you want the ball, you want to get open, go set a screen.
They give it to Koster down low, and Koster misses, but another rebound by Clayton
rebound.
Hosmer, and that's 2 in a row, and there's a lay-in by Clayton Hosmer.
I don't have the numbers in front of us, but I know Clayton has at least 10 rebounds in this game already. 5 or 6 on the offensive end.
Hayes hits the ball chipped by Griggs, but he maintains possession. He's going to lay it in, and that's off the mark, and there's a rebound by number 11, Zach Schneider. There's a foul on Deer Park. Now coming in for the Braves, number 35, Lucas Gold.
That's 3 fouls on Newman, the freshman for Deer Park. He's gotten a lot of playing time for just a freshman. He'll be a nice player for years to come.
Yes, years to come, he will be a great and outstanding player. And Lucas Gold takes it up, and there's a shot. Shot is made by Lucas Gold.
Lucas now with 8 points for the Braves. He's having a nice effort tonight.
Definitely.
Balanced scoring so far for Indian Hill.
Ballard takes it. He's got it under 34, Osborne. Arthur's going to look. He passes it over to Ballard. Ballard's going to take the shot. And that's on the mark. 2-point basket by number 21, Ballard.
Oh, it looked like an offensive
and it's going to be
foul
Deer
that
Park
time.
foul after the foul on number 35, Lucas Gold. Excuse me, number 34, Carl Coster.
Dominic Ballard knocked down that 3 last possession. He's just a 22% shooter from beyond the arc. Sometimes games like these, as I said, the lesser team hangs around and strange things happen.
Yes, definitely.
Braves lead at 6.
Ballard takes it from beyond the arc. Just pass it. Ballard's got it back. He's going to drive it in. And a block by number 35, Lucas Gold. And here's Griggs trying to get something going here for the Braves. Strip ball. There's a loose ball on the floor. Jump ball. And it's going to go back.
Coster does a nice job for a big man getting down on the floor for a ball. You always like to see that from your big guys.
Shows how the Braves do support a full team effort, and they need everyone to contribute to every game that they play and every minute.
Well, we're inside of a minute. It's a big minute here to close the third quarter. I think Deer Park would like nothing more than to cut this lead, this 6-point lead, but it may not happen. And John Griggs with a big steal.
Big steal for the Braves, and John Griggs gets fouled, and he'll be headed to the line. Shoot two.
That's what John does. When you need a play, you need something to happen. You know, a great player like that will sometimes save a little bit and then take a chance, try to make a play at a critical time. And when you're inside of a minute, 6-point game, now 7-point game, that steal couldn't have come at a better time for the Braves.
John Griggs has been very consistent from the free throw this season, 76%. And the second one is good by John Griggs, 2 for 2.
It's 10 points for John tonight.
Coming in for the Braves, number 31, Shea Benner. And coming in for Deer Park, the freshman, Josh Newman, number 22.
Braves showing full court pressure off the free throw.
Osborne's guarded by Coster, and they give it back to Hayes. Osborne's got Newman. Shot by Ballard, and that's a 3-point basket by number 21, Dominic Ballard. Shiner gives it to Griggs. Griggs is going to try to go in. He takes it up, and there's a rebound by the freshman, number 22, Newman. And there's a full quarter by Zach Schneider, but it's off the mark. And at the end of the third quarter, it is Indian Hill 31, Deer Park 26, and we'll be back.
Coverage of Brave sports on the Indian Hill Television Network wouldn't be possible without the generous support of the Indian Hill Boosters, the PTO, and the ICRC. Their grants have provided us with the equipment to bring Indian Hill sports off the field or gymnasium and into the community, and we appreciate all they've done to develop our television programming.
For the fourth quarter of this somewhat tight close match between the Indian Hill Braves and the Deer Park Wildcats.
This game's a lot closer, I think, right now than Indian Hill was hoping. At this point, I think Deer Park not happy being down, but down just 5 with 1 quarter to play. They certainly have a chance to pull this off.
Yes, and there's a layup by Griggs, and he'll head to the line for 2.
Well, John had the look that time of this is senior night. I'm not going to lose this game. I'm going to get this ball to the hole one way or the other. Went real strong, got to the foul line.
Number 2, John Griggs.
First one's off the mark, and that's 4 fouls for Seth Clement already. And in for the Braves, and in for the Wildcats is number 34, Osborne. Second one's on the mark for number 2, John Griggs.
Indian Hill back in that full court, three-quarter court pressure. Deer Park doing a nice job throwing it over. Passing it up the floor.
Shot by Ballard, and that's on the mark. Another three-point basket by Dominique Ballard.
That's 3 in a row.
Shea Boehner has it. Gives it over to Schneider. Schneider finds Griggs.
Looking at a three-point game.
Take it in, and that's a good two-point basket by John Griggs.
I think John's taking this on his shoulders and saying, again, I'm not losing this game. And two strong takes to the basket by John Griggs.
Yes, senior night here at Indian Hill, and this is the last game for John Griggs. And you can hear the fans as they support their defense.
Ballard now playing with a lot of confidence, having made those three threes in a row.
Ballard gives it to Newman. Newman finds Osborne. They find Hayes for 3. They give it down low. Boehner playing some tight defense on Ballard. And there's Hayes, and that's another three-point basket for Deer Park. There's three-point basket by number 12, Jimmy Hayes.
Well, Ballard's performance, I think, has taken some pressure off of Hayes and left him a pretty good look for that last 3.
Three-point basket taken by number 2, John Griggs, and the rebound is by number 34, Osborne, for the Wildcats. Hayes takes it up, looks to get something going for these Wildcats, only down by 2. He finds Osborne, and there's a foul on the Braves. It's a foul on number 5, Clayton Hosmer. And into the game now is center Lucas Gold coming in for Carl Koster.
Lucas Gould checks back into the game. Lucas has had a strong game. Hopefully he can give the Braves some good minutes here toward the finish.
Yes, Braves are looking to try to get something going here. Johnson passes over. Johnson's got it back. He finds Ballard. Ballard drives in, takes the floater, and that's on the mark.
Ballard going with the left hand there. He's got 14 points to lead all scorers in this game. Actually, John Griggs has 14 for the Braves.
We had a tie ball game here as Boehner takes it up, and Griggs passes it to Gold. Griggs gets it back. He passes it to Boehner. Schneider takes a three-point basket off the mark and rebounded by number 10, Marcus Johnson for the Wildcats, and here's Hayes taking it up.
Well, we've got a new ball game now. Tied 34, 5 minutes to play.
Osborne has it, gives it to Ballard. Ballard takes the three-point basket, and that's an air ball.
Not this time.
Takes a shot, off the mark, but rebound by number 21, Ballard for the Wildcats. Wildcats trying to slow this tempo down for the Braves. Hayes has it, he's gonna take it up. And that's the foul, and he's going to head to the line for a
finish by Hayes on that drive. Yeah, we alluded to this earlier. You let a team hang around long enough, they're going to get some confidence, and they're playing like a much different team than they were when we saw them at the beginning of the game.
And there's a timeout called by Deer Park, and it is now 36-34. Deer Park in the lead here, and we're a tight, close match. And Mr. Prue, I really feel like this has been a big comeback for the Wildcats. They've done really nice things to come back in this game.
Yeah, they've been very patient. You know, they haven't tried to do too much. They've just stayed in this thing. They've kept the lead under 10. Knocked down a couple big shots in the third quarter, some threes to get right back in this. And they've done what they've had to do. I mean, they followed the prescription to hang around in this game, and they've gotten, I think, a surprising 14 points from a player in Ballard who's not accustomed to scoring that much. And that's taken some pressure off of their leading scorer, Hayes, who's now starting to get going. So I think Indian Hill really has their hands full. Ultimately, it's going to come down to the Braves defense. I think the Braves have shown throughout the season they can lock people down. They're going to have to do that now. The offense just isn't clicking. You know, John Griggs has got some good looks. He's going to take it strong to the hole. Hopefully Lucas Gould can make some strong moves inside, get to the free throw line like he did earlier in the game. But it'll come down to the Braves defense, and we'll see. With 4:41 left to play, Braves down 2. They've got their work cut out for them.
At the line is Hayes, and the crowd is going nuts, and there's a free throw made by Jimmy Hayes, and Hayes has 16 points in this game. Griggs takes it up and looks to try to get some points on the board for the Braves.
Deer Park's been in this 2-3 zone for the entire game. Trying to slow things down.
Schneider tries to give it to Gold, but can't hang on to it, and it's out of bounds. It's going to be Deer Park ball. Indian Hill looks like it's going for their full court defense here.
Yeah, they've got a little more quickness with Nick Pye in the game now. Here comes the trap.
Ballard has it. He's going to take the shot, and that's on the mark. Shot by number 21, Dominique Ballard. Schneider takes it up for the Braves. He gives it to Griggs. Griggs gives it to Pye. Looking to get something going here for this Braves team. They desperately need a shot here. Griggs takes it in. Can't find it. Lane open. Gives it to Schneider. Pye has it. Finds Schneider.
Deer Park doing a nice job closing out on the perimeter.
Griggs finds Pye on the other side of the court.
No open looks right now for the Braves.
This zone defense is really working out well for this Deer Park team.
Nice pass.
Here's
nice
Lucas
pass.
Gold in. 2 points by number 35, Lucas Gold.
That little short corner is a soft spot against that 2-3. If he can get it in there where Clayton caught it and then make something happen. He found Lucas inside on the
That's 10 points now by Lucas Gold.
Big bucket for the Braves. Let's see what Deer Park has on this end.
Shot is made by number 10, Marcus Johnson.
Nice execution that time on the
41-36, Deer Park. Hosmer's got it. And there's a foul on number 21, Dominique Ballard for Deer Park. And that's Ballard's second foul. Pye passes it to Schneider. Pye's got it. He finds Hosmer down low. Hosmer works his way in, and that's a 2-point basket by number 5, Clayton Hosmer.
That little short corner area against the 2-3 is soft. Clayton's had the ball down there twice in a row now, and good things have happened. Braves come away with 2 buckets. Still find themselves down 3.
Great defense by number 5, Clayton Hosmer, as he gets a turnover. Griggs finds Schneider, passes over to Pye. They got it to Griggs, and Griggs takes a 3-point basket, and that's in. 3-point basket by number 2, John Griggs.
John was able to set his feet that time. His teammates did a nice job reversing the basketball, getting him a good pass. We're tied at 41 inside of 2 minutes.
Yeah, tight ball game here. They gave it to Ballard.
Pye on Ballard. Pye has a quickness advantage on that matchup. Ballard has the size, however.
I think Quizzes is going to help guard him. And basket is made by number 10, Marcus Johnson. And then there's a timeout by Deer Park.
Boy, I don't think Johnson expected that ball. He didn't know what to do with it. He was left so wide open, he thought, well, I might as well shoot it. And again, you got guys playing with confidence. They're going to make a lot of shots, and that's what Deer Park's done in this second half.
All right, let's take another look at John Griggs' 3-point basket that he made earlier in the game. Pye looks for the open man. Schneider finds Griggs, and what a beautiful shot taken by John Griggs to get this crowd going in this game and get some momentum going for the Braves.
Well, looking at the numbers, I saw Johnson has made just 4 3-pointers all season long. Boy, he hasn't hit a bigger one this season than that one right there.
Yes, definitely senior night here at Indian Hill High School. Last home game for John Griggs, Nick Pye, Clayton Hosmer, and many other seniors at Indian Hill High School.
They've got 1:38 to play. Braves down 3. Plenty of time. Hosmer and Gould have done a nice job working the inside of that zone these last two possessions, and then, of course, John Griggs with the big three. So let's see what Indian Hill can find this time down the floor.
Here's Zach Snyder with the ball, passes it over to Griggs. Griggs tries to find the open man. Gives it back to Snyder. Griggs takes another three-point basket. And we've got another tie ball game. Another three-point basket by number 2, John Griggs.
19 for John now. Ties it up. We approach the 1 minute mark.
Johnson passes over to Ballard. Ballard's trying to make a play happen out of it. They pass it over to Newman. And there's a timeout called by Deer Park.
59 seconds to play. It's still a lot of basketball.
All right, we'll be back after this short break, and it's tie ball game here.
Let us know what you think of this sports production on the Indian Hill Television Network by calling our viewer feedback phone at 272-4590. Phone lines are open 24 hours a day, so give us a call and tell us how we're doing.
Ball game here at Indian Hill High School with 59 seconds left. All score at 44.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what Deer Park does defensively. You know, John Griggs has knocked down a few threes now. I think they're going to be following John all over the place. It may open up something for Clayton. Lucas has played well inside against his own. And Zach Snyder's been kind of quiet lately, so maybe Zach can get back into this thing. Still plenty of time to go.
Yes, plenty of time. Ballard passes it in. And they've got Jimmy Hayes, their leading scorer here. Hayes tries to make a play out of it against Zach Snyder. And there's a travel called on number 21, Ballard.
And the Braves half-court defense comes through on that possession. Big stop for the Braves.
Snyder gives it over to Griggs. Griggs calls his plays.
Now Deer Park stays in that zone. We'll see if Indian Hill's content in holding the ball for the last shot. You know, when you're tied like this, you've got nothing to lose. So there's really no reason to do anything but hold the ball and go for the last shot. And that's exactly what the Braves are doing.
Definitely. This is a big moment here for Griggs and the Indian Hill team as they look to take the final shot of this fourth quarter game. All score at 44.
Down to the 10
They've got 10
mark.
seconds
We'll see if Deer
left.
Park matches up.
Griggs looks to make something happen against Hayes. Griggs passes over to Pye. Pye takes the three, and that's off the mark. And they rebound by Hayes, and we're going to overtime, folks. Overtime ball game.
We've got overtime. Well, that was an interesting little possession there. Deer Park was content to stay back in the zone. A lot of teams would come out, match up man-to-man, make something happen, but they were content staying with the zone. It's what they've played all game long. It's what it's gotten them to this point. And Indian Hill, I think, doing the smart thing and holding the ball, waiting for the last shot. Just didn't fall. Nick had a great look. From where I sit, it looked like it was online. It's just one of those that didn't quite go in, and we've got another 4 minutes of basketball to play.
Yes, and I know in basketball terms, you make some, you lose some. I'm sorry, you make some, you miss some, so that's one that you miss. The Indian Hill fans going crazy here as their team heads to overtime against Deer Park.
Well, you wonder, Deer Park did everything they could to get back into this game and to force this overtime. Just how much gas is left in their tank. Indian Hill is the fresher team. They've got the depth. We've talked about that all game long. But we'll see. Again, stranger things have happened, and Deer Park has done some things that we haven't expected and kept themselves in this game and should make for an interesting overtime.
Yes, definitely. And here we start. And the tip-off goes to Indian Hill. It's brought down by number 5, Clayton Hosper, and here's John Griggs in his final game here. Senior night in Indian Hill. All square at 44 as in this overtime period.
Deer Park staying in that 2-3 zone. Indian Hill very patient, working the ball along the perimeter.
Snyder gives it to Pye. And there's a timeout taken by Indian Hill. All right, and we'll be back after these short messages at Indian Hill High School for this overtime. Indian Hill versus Deer Park, all square at 44.
The Indian Hill Television Network would not have been possible without the support of the following contributors: Buskin Bakery, Hoppy Sign Company, Tim Rudy, Mr. Cassidy, Steve Ginn, the Indian Hill Boosters, PTO, and Maintenance Department, and the ICRC.
For this overtime match with 3:42 left. Indian Hill has the ball versus Deer Park, all square at 44. Schneider's got it. Passes it over to Pye. John Griggs has got it. Looking for an open man. Gives it back over to Schneider. Schneider gives it to Pye.
Deer Park's got Johnson on the side with John Griggs really staying close to John, making sure he doesn't get another good look at a three-point shot.
Yeah, don't want to let him get that. Wildcats want to let him get going here. Schneider looks for the open man, tries to make a play out of it.
It's obvious coming out of the timeout. Coach Birch told his guys, be patient. We'll hold the ball as long as we need to against this 2-3 zone. And it's just what the Braves are doing. We're down inside of 3 minutes.
Yeah, as you talked about earlier, the Braves has not been very successful at this 3-2 zone, and that's a 2-point basket made by number 35, Lucas Gold.
That's 12 for Lucas. He's had a really nice game tonight.
$12 points for Lucas Gold tonight. Deer Park has it. Ballard's got it. Ballard's got 16 tonight. Pass it over to Hayes, who also has 16 for the Braves, and they give it to number 24. And there's a rebound by Clayton Hosmer, and they gave it over to Griggs.
Hosmer with another rebound.
Griggs takes it up, passes it over to Junior Snyder.
Now the pressure's on Deer Park. They're going to have to come out and guard at some point. They're down 2. You're looking at 2 minutes left to play.
If Deer Park wants to stay in this matchup, they've got to play some defense.
Again, this timeout Indian Hill.
There's a timeout called by Indian Hill.
Yeah, I can't help but notice the small freshman 22 down at the bottom of that zone, and when you got a guy like Lucas Gould with his size posting him up, you'd like to get the ball down into him. Now, we'll see if Deer Park comes back out in the zone or if they decide to match up in some kind of man-to-man or combination defense, but with 2 minutes left down 2, they're not going to be able to just sit back in that zone for the rest of the game, at least not as long as they're behind.
Yeah, the freshman has played very well this evening. He has only 1 point, but has still contributed a lot, both offensively and defensively, to this team. As we take a look at Deer Park, Mr. Prue, what do you think they're talking about this evening? What do you think Deer Park is looking for defensively as their game plan?
Well, they're going to have to make some kind of an adjustment. You know, they're going to have to come out and match up just so Indian Hill can't hold the ball out. We'll see. I wouldn't be surprised they come out and match up in some kind of a man-to-man, at least, as I said, put some pressure on the ball. Then on the other end, I think Hayes is going to be the guy to get the look. Hayes has been the guy all year long for Deer Park. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't get the ball.
Yes, averaging 17 points per game is Hayes for the Wildcats, and Griggs is going to stay in here.
Okay, we're still in the zone now. We've got Hayes up top of the zone. Kind of a 1-2-2 look.
Griggs passes it over to Gold, and Gold gets fouled, and he's going to head to the line.
That's good ball movement. Nice job by Indian Hill. That was an unusual look coming out of the timeout. The Braves did a nice job finding the gaps and moving the ball through that defense, finding the open man, Lucas Gould.
As we have talked about, Lucas Gould has been consistent from the free throw line this year.
That is his 5th foul. Return to the game.
That's the 5th foul on Deer Park, and in for the game is number 34 Osborne for Deer Park, and Lucas Gould's at the line shooting 2. First one's good by Lucas Gould.
Big shot. You know, Lucas made a big free throw in the Marymount game the other night. He's followed up with another big one. Great game by Lucas.
Lucas has been a very consistent player all year, has been there when the team has really needed him. And the second one's on the mark by Lucas Gould.
14 now for Lucas tonight. Braves up by 4 now.
Hayes takes it up for Deer Park, guarded by Schneider, who has done an excellent job guarding him. They give it to the freshman Newman, back to Hayes. Double teaming Hayes. They find it the freshman, and he makes the mark. By number 22 Newman, that's a timeout by Deer Park.
2-point basket by number 22.
Score 48-46 Indian Hill, and we will be right back.
Coverage of tonight's game on the Indian Hill Television Network is a presentation of the Indian Hill High School Video Department. The Video Department provides the community with educational and school-focused programming through the facilities of the ICRC.
And we're back at Indian Hill in this overtime matchup with 1:29 left to play in the first overtime period. 48-46 Indian Hill.
You know, looking at free throw percentages, besides Griggs and Gould, Indian Hill not real good free throw shooters, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Deer Park down 2, put one of the Braves on the line.
Yeah. Hosmer gives it over to Schneider. Wildcats are playing some tight defense here. Schneider's going to take it up, and there's a block by number 10, Marcus Johnson. And there's a foul on Deer Park. That'd be foul on number 1, Chris Helton.
Oh, it's a good break for Indian Hill that time. Zach's just a 52% free throw shooter in the season.
Let's see if he can step it up here for these next 2 shots, which are very crucial. Misses the first one, and it's going back to Deer Park. Rebound by number 10, Marcus Johnson. He passes over to Hayes.
Now, Ballard's been quiet lately. Remember, Ballard hit the 3-pointers to get Deer Park back into this game.
Deer Park.
Hayes with the ball has been their offensive player through most of the season.
Hayes gives it over to Ballard. Ballard's trying to make something happen here. He gives it back to Hayes.
Griggs is guarding Ballard. Snyder on Hayes.
Great defense by the Braves, and Ballard's got it. Ballard gives it over to Hayes. Hayes can't find anyone open. 30 seconds left in the game. Ballard's got it. They gives it over to Hayes. And there's a timeout called by Deer Park.
Yeah, we'll check the matchups coming out of this timeout. I think Snyder's done a great job on Hayes all game long. I wouldn't be surprised to see that stay put. And then Johnson for Deer Park's been a good player for them all season long. Hosmer's done a real nice job neutralizing him. I think Clayton will stay on Johnson. We had Griggs on Ballard. Ballard has a height advantage there. Griggs maybe the quickness. I've seen Indian Hill stop Ballard's left hand a few times already. They'll probably try to do the same thing, run at him, make him put the ball on the floor with his left hand, or with his right hand rather, force him to go right. It's going to shape up to a fine finish. We've got 27 seconds left, 2-point game. I would think, well, certainly if the Braves were to make a stop, Deer Park's going to foul immediately, and it'll be up to the Braves to knock down another free throw or 2 to put this thing on ice.
And after the timeout, the starting 5 for the Braves: Schneider, Griggs, Pye, Hosmer, and Gould.
We'll see if Deer Park doesn't do something with Hayes. Maybe set a screen for Hayes, or perhaps let Hayes set a screen and then step off for an open shot. But Hayes has the ball in his hands right now.
Newman gives it over to Hayes. Hayes has it, looking to get something going here with only 20 seconds left in
flat
this game.
set. They're going to try to isolate Hayes.
Ballard has it, guarded by Griggs. Ballard takes it up.
Oh.
And there's a foul on number 2, John Griggs, and Ballard's going to head to the line.
Well, John did the right thing. He made Ballard go right. He switched to his left hand in the air, and that's when there was a little bit of contact.
And at the line is number 21, Ballard. And it's hard to hear in this place. These fans are crazy.
Ballard just a 58% free throw shooter on the season, but he knocks down that one.
Knocks down the first one. It's a 1-point game. Into the game now for Deer Park's number 1, Helton. Ballard for a second attempt. He misses the next one. And there's an intentional foul, number 35, Lucas Gould.
There's a quick foul that Deer Park needed. It'll put Gould on the free throw line, but again, he's been strong at the free throw line this season. Lucas has made some big shots tonight.
Big free throws coming up here for the Braves for number 35, Lucas Gould, who has been consistent for a big man, even from the free throw line.
Well, we're down to 11 seconds, which really limits what you can do offensively. I would think Deer Park would get it and go, get it up the floor in a hurry. Don't know that they'd be spending a timeout at this point.
First one's off the mark, and rebound. Hayes takes up with 7 seconds left.
No timeout. They're going to play this one out.
Hayes takes the shot, and it's on the mark. And there's a timeout called by Coach Birch and the Braves.
Wow, what a shot and what a smart play by the Deer Park bench, letting Hayes make the play. Wow.
Big, big shot for Deer Park as they take the lead, 49-48. Big, big shot. This number 12, Jimmy Hayes, has stepped up here for this Deer Park team.
Well, he's been their man all season long, and when it came down to it, he was the man tonight. Now we've got half a second left. That's barely enough time to tip a ball. So all Indian Hill can do at this point is to throw it up, try to make a tip toward the rim, but a catch and a shot can't be done in half a second.
Big possession here by the Braves. This is the game deciding factor here. And they put 1 second back on the clock, so they've got 1.5 seconds to make a play out of it.
You know, Mitch, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think Deer Park has led the entire game. This is the first lead they've had. I take that back. They were up 2-0 at the beginning of the game. They hit the first bucket and could very well have made the last one in this game.
Since the first basket of the game, they have not had a lead, and this is their first lead since the beginning of this game. So I think Deer Park right now is fired up, and they're looking for a defensive stop.
Well, let's not count the Braves out. Stranger things have happened. Again, we're going to throw it up, try to get a hand on the ball and tip it toward the rim. Deer Park just, again, try to get a hand on the ball and knock it somewhere, and time will run out. So we'll see what the Braves came up with in the huddle.
And here we go, and they pass it in, and Gould takes it, he gives it to Griggs. Griggs takes the shot, and it's off the mark. And our final score in this overtime match is Indian Hill 48, Deer Park 49. And Mr. Peru, who do you think was the biggest factor in this game?
I think the biggest factor in this game was the poise that Deer Park showed throughout. You know, they went down early. They looked like they were about to get buried in this game, but they just hung on. Ballard stepped up, knocked down some threes, take some pressure off of Hayes to keep him close. And then Hayes got the ball in his hands at the end and showed why he's the player he is.
Yes.
Why he's the man at Deer Park's basketball program. And boy, what a shot, what a finish. Tough way for the Braves to go down tonight.
Yeah, very tough and fighting game for the Braves tonight. And our final score, Indian Hill 48, Deer Park 49. Thank you for joining me. I'm Mitch Hardy here alongside Mr. Peru. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on IHTN. Thank you for joining us. Have a great rest of your evening. Thank you.
Let us know what you think of this sports production on the Indian Hill Television Network by calling our viewer feedback phone at 272-4590. Phone lines are open 24 hours a day, so give us a call and tell us how we're doing.